Greetings, Guardians of Dominion. Zeus here with another electrifying video. Today, I'm showcasing a team that completely breaks the mold. No Isaac, no Sebastian, no Satori, and yet it's capable of dismantling some of the most dominant meta teams in just seconds. We're talking about fast-paced fights where Aurora, Judge, Orion, Folio, and Dorian come together in a surprisingly powerful synergy. While it's not a 100% guaranteed win in every situation, the results have been incredibly strong, especially against teams built around Dante, Augustus, and Orion. If you're looking for a creative, aggressive team that catches your opponents off guard, you're in the right place. Let's dive into the strategy behind this composition and why it works so well. This team doesn't include Isaac, Sebastian, or Satori, the most common counters you'd expect to see when facing teams like this. And that's exactly what makes it so unexpected and difficult to predict. The lineup consists of Aurora with Cain, Judge with Oliver, Orion with Khorus, Folio with Axel, and Dorian with Merlin. The team pet is Khorus, and I'm using the war flag of fervor to enhance overall team performance. Let me take you through how this team came together, why it works, and how each hero plays their role. I began by testing a concept where Judge serves as the tank. I paired him with Aiden to help soak up early damage and keep him alive long enough to activate his control skills. That setup gave me decent success. I was winning over 70% of my battles, but there was still a gap. It wasn't stable against faster meta teams. That's when I introduced Aurora into the equation. Aurora, especially with Cain as her patron, completely shifted the flow of battle. Cain boosts her dodge, which lets Aurora build energy at a much faster rate by evading basic attacks from Dante and other enemy heroes. Combine this with the war flag of fervor, and she starts ultimating quickly and frequently, creating shields that block damage from Dante's high bursts. But there's more. Aurora has passive magic resistance that absorbs magic damage during the first seconds of battle. This absorption happens before Augustus has the chance to convert incoming magic damage into pure damage, which normally bypasses magic defenses. So, by including Aurora, I essentially softened that initial threat and bought time for the rest of my team to settle into the fight. Judge plays a vital role in this team by applying control effects and contributing steady magic damage. One of his most impactful abilities is the slowing effect he inflicts on enemies, which becomes essential when facing high-tempo heroes like Orion and Augustus. This slow disrupts their rhythm, delaying their ultimates and giving your team more time to take control of the fight. While his damage output is reliable, I noticed that it wasn't always enough to break through stronger magic defenses. That's where Orion made the difference. With Orion's magic penetration artifact, Judge's attacks became significantly more effective, and the synergy between the two created a noticeable shift in battle outcomes. Orion amplified Judge's impact, and together, they put consistent pressure on the enemy lineup. Orion became the perfect fit. Not only does he boost the team's magic penetration through his artifact, but he also delivers high single target damage that can quickly eliminate key threats. In some matches, Orion ends up as the top damage dealer on the team. But he's not just about raw power. His antimatter blast also stuns enemies for 4 seconds, disrupting ultimates and giving the rest of the team a clear advantage. With Khorus as his patron, Orion gains added protection against control effects, making his output more consistent and dependable throughout the fight. Folio's role in this team is truly unique. At first glance, he might not seem impactful. In some battles, his damage numbers are lower compared to Orion or Judge. But whenever I tried replacing him with other heroes, even those with better stats or survivability, the overall team performance declined. The reason lies in his ink copies. These illusions act as decoys, absorbing enemy attacks, especially from heroes like Dante and Orion. They disrupt enemy targeting, waste key skills, and buy precious time for the rest of the team to gain the upper hand. To support him, I use Axel as his patron. Axel protects the owner from powerful attacks by capping the damage a single hit can deal to 45% of their max health. This often gives Folio just enough durability to stay in battle and trigger his copies. And beyond his illusions, Folio also reduces the intelligence of enemy heroes, weakening their magic damage and lowering their magic defense. This creates a subtle but powerful synergy with both Orion and Judge, enhancing their overall impact and making Folio an essential part of the team. Finally, we have Dorian. His skill initiation grants vampirism to both Orion and Folio, giving them self-sustain throughout the battle. Every attack they land heals them, which means they stay alive longer even under pressure. Judge, meanwhile, gets healed through Orion's patronage, allowing him to stay on the front line without needing an external healer. Dorian himself isn't there to deal damage, he's there to keep the engine running, especially in those crucial opening seconds. When you look at this composition as a whole, it's built to dismantle fast-paced meta teams before they even get going. It doesn't play defense, it overwhelms. Aurora creates a wall of protection, Judge slows the pace, Orion punishes anything that moves, Folio disorients the enemy with clones and stat reductions, and Dorian keeps everyone going. In some fights, 13 seconds is all it takes to completely dismantle teams that rely on Orion, Dante, and Augustus. This is not just an anti-meta team, it's a carefully balanced combination that turns the tide through fast recovery, strong synergy, and controlled chaos. And that wraps up today's breakdown, Guardians. This team may not include the usual counters like Isaac, Sebastian, or Satori, but with the right synergy, Aurora's energy gain and protection, Judge's control, Orion's precision strikes, Folio's disruptive clones, and Dorian's sustain, it proves that smart combinations can outplay even the strongest meta lineups. It's not a flawless solution, but in the right hands, it's fast, unpredictable, and devastating. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried a setup like this? Do you have a variation you think works even better? Drop your strategies and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss future uploads. And remember, in Dominion, creativity wins battles. Don't just follow the meta. Redefine it. Salute and friendship.